Hello and welcome to the news button. In the news analysis today, we shall discuss whether China is benefiting from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war or not. Is China benefiting from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war? Does it have ulterior motives in prolonging the war? Despite President Xi's phone call to Zelensky, some high-voltage peace overtures, the West remains unconvinced and unimpressed by the Chinese motives. In a recent interview with Politico, Czech President Petr Pavel said, China cannot be a reliable mediator between Russia and Ukraine due to its ulterior motives in prolonging the war. The Czech president pointed out China gets cheap oil, gas and other resources from Moscow in exchange for promises of partnership. Pavel stressed that it is also good for Beijing that the US-led West is becoming engaged and weaker by helping Ukraine. He said China's interest lies in prolonging the status quo. If the war goes on, China can push Russia to extract from it a good number of concessions. If you look closely, Mr. Pavel is right in that. Because once the armistice is signed, putting the war to a stop, the situation would change fast. The desperate Europeans would start guzzling up Russian oil and gas ravenously. This would shoot up consumption, and the dependence on Beijing would disappear. And naturally, Russia would withdraw the concessions that it is forced to hand out right now. The Czech president discussed another dimension of how Russia is benefiting from the war. He said China is learning every day from the war, drawing lessons from the war. He said China is taking lessons out of the conflict every day. They closely follow what Russia is doing, how the West is reacting. I don't think China has real interest to resolve the war in a short time. So what can we deduce from this? Simple. This is the testing ground of the latest and most advanced and sophisticated weapons and weapon systems in the world. In fact, the dress rehearsal for the Third World War, God forbid it doesn't happen. China watches how every day the boasts of US, German military and French armaments are handled and taken down by Russia every other fortnight. Whether it is using loitering munitions, utility of cheaper kamikaze drones, or ways to jam and kill drones, locating targets, or applying scorched earth tactics with heavy artillery fire, or application of air defense system to force the enemy air power to stay away from the conflict zone, the lessons are manifold and adding up every day. China is learning every day from every incident, from every duel. The experience would be highly valuable when it takes on the US and allied forces in a potential war over Taiwan. Russian war is a real, hardcore modern warfare where most of the advanced munitions are seeing operation. It's not the Iraq or Afghan war where well-armed, sophisticated American units would be chasing poorly armed fighters over date farms or rugged mountainous hideouts. Hence, it's the testing field of the latest and most lethal weapons of various world powers. China gains a lot, obtains a lot of immensely critical military insights, so that it can minimize the impact of javelins, leopards, or HIMARS in the future. Leaving apart what Pavel said, a Russian win or even the ceasefire establishing the status quo will embolden China. It will provide it precepts to pursue its plans of land grabbing in Taiwan, South China Sea, and its borders with India. China's ambassador to France recently stated that former Soviet republics do not have a current status in international law, and that Crimean Peninsula was initially Russian. This clears the stand of China on the conflict. Even if Zelensky accepts Xi's peace proposal, China would grace the table with a premeditated mindset. And by supporting an invasion and potential future invasions, China wants to prefer the global perspective to accept its future ambitions of land grabbing in Asia. A clear throwback to World War times. Hope you liked the video. Then why wait? Give us a thumbs up and leave your comments in the comment section. Before leaving, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.